Welcome to the channel. Your first time joining. If you return, thank you for coming back. We're gonna jump straight off into it. Boy, the city of Lovejoy is so corrupt, bro. That police department is something serious. As many of you know, there's been a lawsuit going on for like too long, like way too long, right? So these people are like dodging getting served and stuff like that. There's like three different ways you can get served. You can get served waiver of summons, where you send it through certified mail. We're gonna look at the paperwork. We're gonna look at the law. Get sent through mail. They got 30 days to respond. You could get the sheriff's department to serve the summons, as long as they're not a part of the case, and then you can get a process server to do that. Well, even if you do that, if the wrong person accepts it, then that service is void and you don't get a refund for real, because they did their job. They brought the paperwork to who they said they're supposed to get it and stuff like that. Well, the new chief of police is he playing games. So let's put him up on the screen. So this is the new chief of police for the city of Lovejoy. This guy has been accepting the summons for each individual officer and for the city on their behalf. By statute, he's not supposed to do that. You have to be an authorized agent in order to do that. But let's look at the law. Comes down to summons. There's several different ways you can do it. Pretty much it lays out what the summons is and stuff like that there, and it says who can serve it: sheriff of the county, or marshal, something like that. A citizen of the United States that's appointed by the courts for that purpose, pretty much like a process server. Person who is not a party, so you can actually have a friend or relative or somebody like that to actually serve them. Certified process, and then waiver of summons. That's the one that's free. That's through the mail and stuff like that to avoid costs, and and it breaks it down to that. But I want to scroll down to this right here. So when it comes down to if it's against a county, municipality, city, town, to the chairman, it's supposed to go to the chairman of the board of commissioners, the president of the council of trustees, the mayor, the city manager of the city, or authorized agent appointed to receive the service of process. If it is against a public body or organization subject to action, the chief executive officer or clerk thereof. So pretty much when it comes down to like the city, most of the time it's the city manager, the mayor, and stuff, like pretty much what it says right here. Not the chief of police or anybody else, or like the clerk or the city manager or stuff like that could receive the summons and stuff like that. So what they're doing right here is trying to delay the process. So I found something else doing my due diligence and research, right? So if you want to know more about this case, you can go to the description box below and go check it out. But this right here is a gem. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. If you ever get stopped, matter of fact, hold up. Yeah, if you ever get stopped outside of the jurisdiction by any police officer, this right here kills all that. Don't pay for an attorney and none of that. I'm not giving you legal advice. I'm not an attorney. But this right here: officer of the state of Georgia Patrol and any other officer of this state or any county, municipality thereof having authority to arrest a criminal offense or grade of a misdemeanor shall have authority to prefer charges and bring offenders to trial under this title, provided that the officers are incorporated municipalities shall have no power to make arrests beyond corporate limits such as municipalities unless the jurisdiction given by local law. Now there's a doctrine that says hot pursuit. So the hot pursuit, only exception of hot pursuit, let's say that it was a police chase or something like that, and it's going for crossing over county or city limits or something like that, then they have the authority to give you a ticket or stop you or whatever the case may be under that. Other than that, they can't. And then there's another case law, right? Another statute that lays that out. Wait a minute, where am I at? Okay, under this right here, under this code 17-4-20, right? And this pretty much says when a officer can make an arrest with and without under a warrant, without a warrant, right? And it goes down to right here. So I really just want to concentrate on jurisdiction, right? Except when otherwise provided by law with respects to the law enforcement officer's jurisdiction, jurisdiction and duties of limitation of law enforcement make arrest of an offense outside the jurisdiction of law, a law enforcement agency by which he or she is employed without a warrant. So that gives them, probable cause to, make an arrest or something like that. If an offense is committed within the presence of an officer's immediate knowledge, right? And then there's stipulations to that too, right? When the immediate pursuit of an offender commits within their jurisdiction of law. So meaning if it starts in their jurisdiction and then they have to cross over into another jurisdiction, chasing after whatever offender, right? A law enforcement agency employs such law enforcement officer, or while aiding and assisting another law enforcement officer in the jurisdiction of law. So pretty much like high speed chases. Pretty much that's not anything else. You know what I mean? Well, I mean, any type of when they're coming together and they're requesting, you can't just a rogue officer can't just go off on their own and be like Rambo and just go off arresting people and writing citations just because they're a cop. You can't do that. So pretty much like this. Let's say that you're driving in one county, right? And an officer from another county, and you probably don't use your turn signal or whatever traffic violation you may or may not have made, and they stop you and they say, well, I'm citing you for this. I actually can't even write you a ticket. You're not supposed to. You can't stop somebody, arrest somebody, unless you committed a crime and they have evidence that you committed a crime, like on their dash cam or on their body cam, that you actually did something. You see what I'm saying? Or like I said in law, if it's hot pursuit, they really don't have jurisdiction to go do, because if that's the case, cops would be all over the place just doing whatever they want to. So my suggestion to you, I'm not an attorney, you can do your research on your own, right? If you go to court or if you get ticketed from a cop that stopped you outside the jurisdiction, outside of their county or city limits and stuff like that, take it to court. Take it to court, take the ticket, don't give them no argument, take the ticket, say, okay, thank you very much, officer, you have a good day, I'll see you in court. And you present that to the court and say, well, this stop was made outside of the jurisdiction. This is fatally effective on the face. They have no proper cause, even they wasn't supposed to do it, right? Now, I want you to click that link in the description box below. This goes back to this video right here. Now, that new chief of police, because remember the other one, he's in trouble now. You know what I'm saying? Because he was the one who initiated the stop outside of his jurisdiction. That's why he had to call another officer from that jurisdiction to actually write out a ticket or possibly get an arrest done. You see what I'm saying? So this is where that doing your research comes in handy. I just found this out not too long ago. I said, so there's two statutes that clearly lay out that you can't do that, but they do it anyway. So now, through all these legal procedure and stuff like that, remember, if you go back and watch the videos, it'll be down in the description box below. The case was filed like last year. The defense went to send off the federal court, but I ain't gonna go into it. It's a lot of legal stuff. But you can't file or win a state claims case in federal court. You can't do that. But they all try to run to the federal court. That's why they do. That's why they did that. They ran to the federal court because the case will get dismissed, and then you can't refile in the state court again. It's dismissed with prejudice. You'll never. It's a wrap. You just got hit, right? So the case got remanded back to state court, right? But actually, it was a mistake made because it's in the wrong jurisdiction. It's in Henry County. The case since and if you're following on that particular entity or whatever county you're in, since the city of Lovejoy resides within Clayton County, that case needs to be transferred over to Clayton County, right? So I mean, I didn't mean to like bog your heads with all that stuff. Like, it's kind of a lot of information to digest, but I'm just breaking it down for you real quick, right? And that chief is accepting the summons because, like, bro, the waiver of summons, the mail's not, I'm just put it like this, the mail's not getting where it's supposed to, right? The sheriff department, if you go back, the sheriff department for Henry County, they say they could do it statewide, but they say they don't go out outside the jurisdiction, so they don't serve summons in Clayton County, they just do Henry County. So that was paid for. That was a waste of money, just gone. A couple $100 is gone, right? Then paid for service of a private company to do the service, right? But as the law states, if it's against the city, or pretty much those individual officers, is supposed to go directly to those officers. So my assumption of what actually took place is when the process servers got there, it's like, hey, look, you know what I'm saying? They just serve such and such. Then where they at? Oh, now look, because they only get paid. I'm pulling up on the screen. They only get paid a couple $100. Not even that. $85 per defendant. right? And they don't even get that whole thing because the company gets cut of that. So they're probably getting like $40 or $50, something like that. I'm making an assumption now, but they be like, look, we'll break you off a couple extra dollars, right? And just space it out through a couple days to make it look legit. You know what I'm saying? But by the time it gets to court, we'll just the lawyer will put a defense up and say, well, the defendants weren't properly served or whatever, because the chief of police accepted the summons when it's not for him. You accepting the summons on the behalf of your officers and the city, and it's clearly states in the law that it has to be the mayor, the authorized agent, the clerk. It could have been a clerk. And then the thing is, I'm looking at the process server. You do this every day. You know how this goes. Why are you just giving it to anybody? You're supposed to give it to the person individual, and you still getting paid for the service. I just wanted to share that with y'all real quick, bro, because like it's it's crazy. But let's look at these summons so I can show you. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna show you how dirty this lawyer think he's slick, because boy, I'm gonna tell you like this: these folks do not like me. I done made a lot of enemies. I don't care, because I'm right. And they're dead wrong, and they don't like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's messed up that let's jump off into this. There we go. So that's kind of what it looks like, right? So there's the defendants right there, and it shows the date and the process server who served it, and the time and date, because they have to pretty much is like an affidavit, saying who they dropped it off to and stuff like that. So this is served on this defendant right here, right? And you see, description of the person whom the copy of process was left with is as follows: I delivered the documents to chief of, I don't know what that's supposed to be of, but they put me there, of police for Stephen Wright, who identified himself as the chief of police, co-resident, and identity confirmed by the civic state in their name. The individual accepted the service direct delivery. The individual appeared to be a brown hair white male, contact 55 through 65 years of age, 5'4", 5'6", tall, and weighed about 240 to 300 pounds. And then there goes the fee, $85, that will never be seen again. And then pretty much, they get it notarized and stuff like that. And yeah, but he did it, bro. He did it a couple of times. He did it for all of them, for every last one of them. For the other, the old chief, right? He accepted every last one of them, bro. We're not gonna go through all this. I'm just gonna show you. He did it for every last one of them. This the other defendant. Where's it at? Boom. Every last one of them, bro. Every last one of them, and he wasn't supposed to. So now let's go over here to Peach Court. So this is the case right here. Let me just show you, so that way you get a grasp idea of it. So this case was initiated last year, right? It's been a whole year now, a little over a year, right? It's supposed to have been over. Let me show you how many times the summons was issued. Look how many times the summons was issued. Summons. This is when it was paid by the sheriff's department, right? That was back in July, right? Then summons, and then finally got the return, and then the defense filed a motion to dismiss. But he's slick. He real slick. What he did it so you guys can't see what's going on that. The way he entered it, because he entered the manual. He didn't do it. He followed on Peach Court, which was a smooth move. He's like, oh, okay, oh man. So pretty much right like this, man. They're trying to delay the process. They're trying to delay the inevitable. The people are dead wrong. They made it stop outside of jurisdiction. I want to thank you guys first of all. Let me stop. Let me just stop right there. If it wasn't for you guys watching that initial video, it's going to be in the description box below, so go check it out. That open records request probably wouldn't have been. We would have never seen that body camera footage, bro. They got rid of it and just destroyed it, and it's just been he say she say type stuff, right? But that's why I say always record. If you get stopped by anybody, record the whole interaction. If you on the phone with somebody, get off the phone with them. Get off the phone with them and record it. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you got two phones, just record the whole thing. Or if you got a dash cam, turn your dash cam around so you could get you and an officer and that whole interaction and stuff like that, and it'll save you. Trust me, it'll save you a lot of time and frustration. And make those open record requests. Get that body camera footage. of the incident. I mean, like right away. When those officers clock in for the day, after they finish their shift, the first thing they do is take their body camera off and they put it, and it loads up into a system. And once it gets into the system, you get it within 3 days. You get it within 3 days. If they don't, then you assume for not getting it to you. You know what I mean? And you have every right to do it. And you get that footage, and you could get it. They email it to you. They could send it to you right over to your phone or wherever your device, your tablet, computer, whatever. Right? Get it real fast. I'm telling you this. I know this for a fact. Get it, review it, you know, maybe if you want to go take it to a lawyer, whatever, and say, hey, look, this is what happened, blah, blah, you know, and just giving you some, it's all free game. It's all free game, right? But, and this is so crazy because this is how dirty they play. And if they wouldn't be getting put on blast, bro, they just keep on doing it. And that's the thing, bro. That's honestly, bro, I'm going to tell you like this. If we don't stop these people and hold them accountable for the stuff that they do, they're going to keep on doing. They're going to keep violating your rights. And you don't know. You don't know no better until you just get sick. I'm sick and tired of it. I done been through it like too many times. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is they don't expect somebody who's labeled as a criminal, but I'm extremely intelligent. Clearly, you know what I mean? Not stroking my own ego, but I'm not stupid. You see what I'm saying? And they're not expecting that. Most people that they find themselves on the bad side of the law, they don't have basic education or even a GED. You know what I mean? I'm not college educated. I'm not stupid either. But I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional. I'm getting upset. I'm starting thinking about a bunch of stuff. But even with this and all these other lawsuits, they hate it. They hate that I'm right. They hate this stuff, and they don't like getting put on blast, bro. They hate it. You see what I'm saying? Now let's look at the bigger picture, right? Imagine if I was your relative, right? Wouldn't you want to be around, be my friend, and kind of support, you know what I mean? Support this whole thing, you know what I mean? This dude might get some money. Let's be his friend. Unless they down with it, bro. I'm just saying. But anyway, thank you for watching. Oh, that's it. That's all I want to say.
Reading is fundamental. Now let's get on with this school thing. You teach.
Make sure you do your research. Go back to the beginning, look at those statutes, read the cases behind it. A lot of those statutes, if you scroll down, when you go look at the statutes and stuff like that, it'll have related cases and it'll give you like a summary. You don't have to read the whole case. I recommend that you do. That way you get a better understanding of it. But they got like little breakdowns of better explanations and how it's used in certain situations. Because when it comes to a legal standard or like arguments and stuff like that, the situation presents itself. Whatever the situation is, you use the statute and then you use cases or case law to support your argument for or against your claim, depending upon which way you're going. If you're in defense or if you are pursuing legal action against somebody else. And that's pretty much how it works. I'm not gonna get into detail about it. It's super long and boring. Unless you're in the midst of it, then it's like super exciting, especially when you're winning. With that said, I don't want to make this too lengthy. I just want to share that with y'all because it might help you with the case and B. And plus, just in case something happens and don't get the opportunity to
Wait, let me tell you something. All right. Let me tell you something.
You shout like that, they put you in jail right away. No trial, no nothing. Journalists, we have a special jail for journalists.
you know, bring this to you guys. So with that said, man, I'm out, and hopefully I catch you on the next one. Peace.